Most people think they've tried a hardcore pre-workout. You haven't. You just tried anxiety in a tub, because right now there is a massive gap between what Amazon sells you as hardcore and what actually exists in the underground market. One is designed to make you panic. The other is designed to make you perform. But if you don't know the difference, you're just paying for the high blood pressure. So let's look at the retail hardcore stuff first. The stuff that you see on Amazon or at your local supplement shop with the scary fonts and the warning labels. When you take something like Edge of Insanity or Psychotic, you feel it immediately. You get that cold sweats, you get that anxiety, and your heart starts racing before you even get to the gym. This is what new lifters think strong feels like, but when you look at your actual behavior, you're not focused. You're just pacing around the gym with lots of energy, and your chest, it feels kind of tight. You feel those side effects. You're not resting. You're checking your pulse, making sure that you're not vibrating too much. That's what I call dirty energy. These companies rely on dirty stimulants to physically stress your body so you think it's working. But it's not drive, it's survival mode. I've spent thousands of dollars testing these formulas so you don't have to. So if you're gonna buy a daily driver or one of these high-stim tubs, do not pay full price. Use code FitFrek with the links below the like button to save some cash. But understand you are mostly paying for the sensation, not the output. So let's compare that to the underground reality. This is Venom. But comparing it to the Amazon stuff is kind of shocking because the difference is behavioral. When you take something like this, you don't get the shakes, you don't get the panic. In fact, for the first 20 minutes, you might not even think it's working. But then you start your workout, whole different game. You suddenly realize that you have to stop talking to your friends and stop looking around. And you stop looking at your phone between sets. You're no longer checking your pulse. You're no longer vibrating. You're locked in. That's the difference. Retail hardcore, it screams at you. But the real underground stuff, it whispers. It puts blinders on you and it is controlled chaos. That is the difference between drinking, 5 energy drinks and entering a flow state. But the danger is that when people switch from Amazon to underground, they treat it the same and they expect that physical rush, the heart racing, they don't feel vibrating, and they double scoop it. But do not double scoop this, because real potency doesn't need you to warn, or doesn't need to warn you about the side effects. It shows up before you expect it. Because I talk about this stuff because, labels can be deceiving. Marketing lies, hype can really be there. But honestly, most of you watching are not subscribed. But if you are subscribed, I do appreciate it. But you are helping my mom realize I do more than review just protein bars. So let's break down the scores. Amazon side of pre-workouts, the energy sits at 7 out of 10. It's good energy. You'll probably like using it, and it's more reliable for more frequent use. But it's not like high output energy. But the focus kind of drops to a 5. You're kind of distracted. You feel that physical type of symptoms of crazy yohenbain and energy. But you're kind of relying on the jitters to lock into that muscle contraction. Crash is a solid 5. It drops hard because once the stims wear off, you have nothing left. Now, the underground side. I know this looks kind of cartoonish, but don't let that fool you. The energy is a 9, and it is controlled. It feels so controlled. You're locked into a box. Even if you're doing heavy compounds, the focus, it's pretty much almost a 10. The behavioral change is crazy because it's like tunnel vision. The crash is smoother, it tapers off, but it feels more balanced. But if you want to feel messed up, buy the Amazon stuff. And when I say Amazon stuff, you can find it through the other stores that I recommend, but Amazon also sells it. But they won't sell something like this. But the Amazon stuff, it is cheaper, it's faster, and it does feel wild. It works. I still like using it. But if you want to train and you want something like a treat, you got something like an underground pre-workout. So, but stop confusing side effects for effectiveness. If you are shaking and you're struggling to feel like you're surviving, you're not really lifting, but you're more like just going through the motion and having that physical symptom of like crazy jitters and side effects. But if you want to grab that stuff that actually works, or see the full list of stuff that I'm currently using, check out the links below, code FitFrek. But I do appreciate you watching, and let me know in the comments, what is a pre-workout that made you feel the absolute worst or the absolute best? Do you use it frequently, or do you rely on like Amazon pre-workouts in between those like underground style pre-workouts? I'll see you in the next one.